Hey all, here's a video of my holiday in Cairns at Hartley's Crocodile Adventure. Look at this big fella.
This is not real. 11 o'clock yet?
Unbelievable these creatures are. Hope you enjoy the video.
I haven't worked with Mick for a long time. I must admit, Mick is what I call reckless. He doesn't look like it, guys. He looks clean cut, but I must admit, he does like to get up close and personal sometimes. Did you lose that teaser? Yep. Mate, back to Australia Zoo. Nah, try the chicken. Chicken? Yeah, she'd probably respond to that. That's it, mate. Yeah, hold it out, jaw slapper if you want, if you can. Could be a bit hard with that chunk. It's a pretty big one, that one. Yeah, that'll get it going. Woo, yeah. Just remember, if you stuff it up, it's a lot of paperwork. What's that sideways angle? Norman's here today too, Mick. I reckon Norman's on the fence line. He's pushed TC out. TC's up top. That one on that fence line looks pretty tight. Get rid of the stick. See if he'll come up for that. That's a piece of bark, isn't it? Oh, mate, you're supposed to be a deadly predator. That's the way, bring him in.
I don't love it.
Give him a bit of time. Doug's a bit of a hesitant crocodile at times, locked on now though. Lead him up, lead him up. As you see, guys, when he comes out, he does get a little bit visually bigger.
What do you win?
One thing you'll notice about Doug as well, guys, he's got stuff all teeth. Very few teeth. You don't know why. He's not an old crocodile, as far as we can tell. It is good, though. He does occasionally attack the other crocodiles. Keep on him, Ames. Keep on him. But he can't hurt them. I must admit, Amy does need to be careful, guys. You know why? Very embarrassing to be killed by a toothless crocodile. Nice work, Amy, nice work. One more and then you're in business with the smaller piece. It's like right up, mate, right up. Oh, beautiful. Well done, Ames, well done. All right, guys, see if you can find Willis for me. Unless one of you guys want to take these people around for me. Might have to do that. Yeah. All right, guys.
Bird just here, he was in a hole, scared the absolute crap out of me. Everyone got a laugh out of it.
There is one on the ground. That'd be one bird I'd actually.
Wonder how crazy it gets.
It's pretty cool.
Not thumbs only.
Oh, that's a fun cow.
Proof drop bears are real.
It's so uncomfortable. It's sleeping actually well. We're at the koala display. That's another one in between. Oh yeah, Dad, look. In the middle of the leaves, there's a koala. Hey! Harriet! Harriet! Stop! Vlogging. The parrot's vlogging.
Absolutely beautiful parrot this was.
The parrot's vlogging.
And coming up is the tour. You get a free boat ride. Here it is, enjoy.
Australia. This whole area was all man-made as well. So it started off as horse paddocks back in the day, and there was a little hippie camp as well. It took about 8 years for them to dig it out, build up the islands, plant around 5,000 trees, and introduce our crocodiles. So it's home to 30 saltwater crocodiles, 8 males, 22 females. We're pretty lucky in here. And despite them being saltwater crocodiles in here, the water is all fresh water. It's a very common misconception with the croc species here in Australia. They reckon in the wild about 70% of saltwater crocodiles never see salt water in their lives. And freshwater crocodiles can go into salt water. They're not very good at naming things. See a few more of our girls as we go around. We've got Lorraine on the left. And your crocs are almost neutrally buoyant like a fish. They can just sit up in the water, don't really have to do anything. And they'll manipulate the air in their lungs to determine whether they rise or sink in the water. That's Lorraine there. She'd go around and fight the big male crocs. Some of them were scared of her, so we called her Lorraine Bobbit. Every male should be scared of her. And we've got Popeye on the other side. She's just got one eye that bulges out more than the other. And the crocs in here, they're pretty well self-sufficient as well. We've got at least 16 fish species in this lagoon. You might see tarpon splashing about. We've got mangrove jack, barramundi, just to name a few. Plenty of bird life, some smart, some not so smart. I'll point them out if there's any left. Yeah, possums and gliders at night time. We often get goannas and snakes. Like a few months ago there was a female croc eating a coastal taipan in here. Another one eating a scrub python. We had a feral pig break in one time too. That was something different. He did not last long, as you can imagine. Made a few bad life decisions that day. The crocs had never seen anything like it. So it made a hole in one of these fences, then couldn't find the hole that it made. So it's running back and forth along this fence line. You just see these crocs just watching this pig run back and forth. And then the pig decided to go for a swim in the water across to one of these middle islands. So you see at least 5 crocs in the water, just turn, hone in on it, they sink under the water. The pig gets about halfway across and then gone. No splash, no sound, nothing, just Peppa Pig toasted like that. And gone. We were cleaning up for like 3 weeks after that too.
Oh, there's a bird over there.
No, we just take their little share and leave it go. Got one of our males down there. He's looking a bit keen, might see what he wants to do for us. Because the crocs in here, they know these boats need food. So they come over if they want to participate as well. Get exercise for them too, mental stimulation. Otherwise they'd probably sit around and not do a whole lot, get a bit plump. So this is Newbie. He was one of the newest males at the time, and they got creative with the name. So he's doing that minimal exposure posture, that 2%. Sussing out where that prey item is, and then they'll hone in under it. And when they know pretty well 100% that they're able to get it, that's when they'll lunge out and make that last second move. They can pick up all the little vibrations of the water droplet using his pressure receptors to cover most of his body.
Oh,
see.
Yeah, buddy, you gonna hold it this time?
I want cookie. Give me cookies.
Just stop the video.
Cookies, cookies.
Cookie.
Head shake. There we go, down the hatch. So they can't swallow bigger pieces of food under the water. Their tongues diffuse their bottom jaw, comes up over the back of their throat, creates a little covering known as a palatal valve, it's like a little trap door. So if you ever see them up on the bank with their mouths wide open, doing what's known as gaping, you can't see down the back of their throats. So they bring their heads up to the surface, open up that trap door, chuck the food down the hatch, then close it back off. So they're not getting all water in their system.
There's one like, no, that's the head.
One of those Yankee night herons on that island back there too.
Thank you.
Someone was trying to convince me it was a penguin the other day. But in the wild they predate on hatchling crocodiles. And I like to think they're one of the more smarter birds in here. They kind of do the risk assessments before getting too close to the crocs of the water. Got Michelle, one of our females up the back there. Remember to say hello. And we've got one of our smaller males up on the left here. So most of the males in here were problem crocodiles removed from the wild when they were getting up to a bit of mischief. So this guy here, he and one of his croc mates broke into a barramundi farm and ate most of their barramundi. So as you can imagine, not very popular out there. So we got Barra Boy 1 and 2, their life sentence, doing their time in here. Plenty of burrow for them to feed on though. Because you can't relocate crocodiles, they always find their way back. They've pretty much got built-in GPS systems. So they use magnetoreceptors like homing pigeons of the reptile world. Okay guys, coming up on the right here we've got our free camping ground. Anyone wants to spend the night? Yeah, groundskeeper may try to charge an arm or a leg though. Oh, it's too early for dad jokes. So this is one of the females. This is her nesting territory. It's currently inactive, but starting around October she'll come into a breeding cycle, which is triggered by higher temperatures and longer days. And up behind those trees there, you'll see that big mound of leaves, that's her nest. So she scratches that up using her back feet, adds to it a bit each year, climbs to the top, makes a little egg chamber, a little hole, and lays around 40 to 60 eggs, then covers it back up. So as the leaves all break down, they generate their own warmth, just like compost bins do. They'll naturally incubate the eggs over 3 months. Over that time, she's nest guarding, pretty much 24/7. She'll go without food for most of that time, unless something stumbles across. And she's dug out that hole in the ground to the left of it. So when it rains, it's going to fill up with water. She's got her own private pool to go and cool down in. Doesn't have to leave the nest unguarded, and she's not going to overheat. So not all the females do that. So in the wild, each year about 70% of crocodile nests get washed out during floods. A lot of the eggs tend to overcook as well, depending on where the nest is positioned. If there's too much moisture, they get a bit steamy during our summer. And of the ones that do successfully hatch, they estimate less than 1% make it to maturity, because they're starting off at about 20 centimetres long. So food source for many other animals like fish, turtles, birds like those Nanking night herons, sea eagles. Other crocodiles will cannibalise on them. There's some of our not so smart birds over there, by the way. You can't tell. Dusky moorhens. We call them chicken nuggets though. So the female, the mum won't eat her own young, because they produce pheromones so she can identify that they're hers. She usually creates little creches for them for the first 2 months of their life. But like the other mothers leave the neighbours' kids and things like that. So it's a bit rough for them when they're so small. Got our spillway just out to the left there, just where all the excess water flows out of. That's where we find a lot of our fish species coming through as well. Connects out to Tin Creek. Come around here and find some more crocodiles. You guys have any questions so far? We got 20 breeding females in this enclosure. So they each have their own little nest. Some of them aren't quite as prominent as the one we just saw. You can barely even spot them, just slightly raised bits of ground. We legally have to remove the eggs from in here, otherwise we'd repopulate the neighbours with about 1,500 hatchlings a year. Wouldn't be too popular then, but they've also used it as stock for the commercial crocodile farm on site. So they go over there, get artificially incubated, grown up for a few years and used as bags, scoops, stops, burgers, spring rolls. Female up on the bank, that looks like one of our males in the water there. Now I'm hoping for... Yeah, they usually have their own nest that they'll go back to each year. Sometimes another female may steal another female's nest. Usually a few tiffs at that time, but generally they go to their own space. Okay, have a look in this little opening in these bulrushes to the right. See the backside of Paul, our biggest croc in here, is the big boss of them all. Because we've got a very good hierarchy in here. They're more so set on your dominance rather than territoriality. Like up here in the afternoon on this bank, we end up with about 7 or 8 crocs sitting up at one time. Like they do have a few little tiffs and fights every now and then just to work out where they sit in that order. But Paul's our big boss of them all. Most afternoons after 4 o'clock he does his lap of the lagoon. Just make sure everyone's in check. Come up a bit closer. You guys can see Paul a bit better. If you can't see him very well here, you'll be able to see him as we go around this corner at the end.
Oh, look at the bird.
Okay, a bit of KFC on the menu. See if anyone else is keen. Little female up there moving around. She's always pretty risky for such a smaller croc. We got one of our boys coming over. He was from Port Douglas a few years ago. Another female inbound on the water over there too. So his name's Fetch. If you want to guess what Fetch did wrong? Female coming over.
Oh, there she is.
Bull Mastiff, and he was about 2.5 metres long. So someone moved up from Victoria, took their dog swimming where there's known to be crocodiles, and Fetch was there waiting. You'll earn your life sentence here. The little female coming along, she lost one of her eyes in a fight with another crocodile. When she comes up, you'll notice the right eye's gone. Yeah, now that back. Head shake. I need that though. If I lose this pole, it's costing me a carton. Holding on for dear life. Head shake. Head shake. Work experience kids usually. They're expendable. Yeah, she got half of it. Male's coming over too. Don't think he's too happy. She's probably food. No swim off. Yep, just like that. I've got about a chicken nuggets worth left, buddy. I don't know if you'll be interested, but give it a crack. There you go. New head shake now. That's alright.
Oh, look at this guy.
Now I'm with that mouth saying insert food here. There you go. You'll see you can't see down the back of its throat there too. A little demonstration for us. A little palatal valve. So it could be trying to use that open mouth posture as like a thermal window. Very thin vascular skin of the tongue. Warms them up a lot quicker. Could also just be like a relaxed posture. When your muscles relax when you fall asleep on the couch. Yeah, buddy. What's that? Boris? Yeah, you've seen him when you walk around the park today. He's in his enclosure with the little female now. He used to live out here until one of the other males came up to him during a boat ride and grabbed him on the foot, did a death roll and ate it in front of all those people. So yeah, you see him around with his little stump foot. So that's how the barra boy there broke into that barramundi farm. And I think that's where that female that's missing her eye swam off to. Her name's Igon. Yeah, she didn't see it coming. Let's keep an eye out for her. It's alright guys, boat ride's almost over.
The puns are getting bad.
And usually we have our smallest female that sits around this island. Not sure where she's gone to, but they've named her Colgate because she's got pearly white teeth. Looks like she should be on an ad. But your crocs being polyphyton, they can go through about 40 to 50 sets of teeth in a lifetime, replacing most of them every 2 years or so. Might have gone for a swim. Yeah, that's another one of our bigger females. She's either our smartest or most spoilt. When she's in swimming around, you'll meet her at the start of the lagoon tour. She'll come through this channel, meet the boat at the end as well, and just swim alongside wanting all the food for herself. So she's got it pretty well figured out. And then Fluffy here on the left, she doesn't usually come up to the boats for food on tour. She likes to swim past when we're trying to park to let us know when she wants some chicken. So she's training us well. And I reckon she likes to hang around the boats looking for the pats and cuddles. That's why they named her Fluffy. I'm not testing that theory. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little lagoon cruise. Me and some of our crocodiles. I see Paul as well.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick one. If you're ever in Cairns, I recommend going to this park. Heaps better than other places I've been. And you get up and close with the crocs. Thanks for watching.